Well, and it's not just though about the crime and the immigration and everything. The economy, the economic situation is something that I think is going to play hugely in these coming midterms later this year. I was struck by this. The CEO of the huge hedge fund Citadel has slammed former U.S. President Joe Biden over his handling of the economy. Here's what he had to say at Davos a little while ago.
You cannot imagine how painful it was each and every day under the Biden administration to look at what new crazy proposal was being put into place to solve a problem that didn't even exist.
Sarah, this is a massive indictment from a major person in the hedge fund industry of just how bad things really were under Biden. I mean, we all knew it, but this kind of confirms it.
Yeah, it of course does. Now, I will say we could have used that energy during the actual Biden regime. It would have been nice to hear from all of these high-ranking, economists and individuals who are now comfortable saying it. But of course, it's total vindication for the rest of us who are talking about prices were up everywhere. We had gas prices up. We had grocery prices up. Everything was up. Inflation was up. And it turns out when you actually elect a president who understands the policies which is setting, you get the results that President Trump is now delivering on. We've got a ways to go. Obviously, you can't solve a 4-year crisis in an entire year, but we're already seeing, I will tell you, they are strangely silent. The left, as much as they were screaming about the eggs, remember, President Trump came into office and they were screaming about the eggs. I don't seem to hear too much about the eggs anymore because the egg prices have gone down tremendously. They can't scream about the eggs anymore. And now all of a sudden, they don't want to talk about those things. But I'm very, very encouraged by what I've seen. And it's nice to hear finally, could have used it earlier, but it's nice to hear finally all of these people admitting Joe Biden ruined our economy.
But Sarah, of course, there's still the culture to discuss here. And I was struck by this story out of a Kansas public school, which has told kids they cannot list Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump, or other right-wing or conservative figures as heroes, including even Jesus. It's just madness. Have a look at this.
The class was asked to write out who they consider a hero. One child wrote Charlie Kirk was their hero, and the guidance counselor apparently got frustrated. Then another child wrote Donald Trump, and they got more annoyed. After that, a student wrote Jesus, and the counselor said that none of those names were allowed.
Sarah, very quickly, your reaction to this.
Yeah, it reminds me of the time a few years ago, pre-COVID, when I took my son to his charter school and he was supposed to come up with his hero. They were doing a little walkthrough. They got to dress up like it. He said Donald Trump. They said no. And curiously enough, there was a Barack Obama who was able to be there, but no Donald Trump. Look, this is the result. The end result of all of these communists and Marxists coming in and infiltrating in the education system. You have, of course, guidance counselors like this one who are going to come in and try to train all of these young people, trying to train an entire generation of communists. This is why the school choice movement has set fire across this nation, is because conservatives and just sane people don't want communists teaching these children what to think rather than how to think. And this is really, really, truly despicable. But I hope that the parents in the school district are opening their eyes and looking at their other choices, because we have to change the public school system here in this country.
Sara Gonzales from BlazeTV, thank you so much. And thank you for your courage in calling out communists. We need more of your straight talk. Thank you so much, Sarah.